Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here, and we were warned. Listen to this.
National response to COVID. Look, in the weeks ahead, I'll be reaffirming the federal government's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Sounds just like what the UK politicians talked about back prior to 2014, 2015. I was watching Sargon, and this is the kind of language, and I just thought, oh, you're never going to see that here.
And accessibility, building on the work we started in the Obama Biden administration.
Oh, like when you had the Ferguson riot? You mean that?
That's why I'm rescinding the previous administration's harmful ban on diversity and sensitivity training.
It's not ban it's not a ban on diversity and sensitivity training. That's not what it is.
And abolish the offensive counterfactual 1776 Commission.
It's absolutely not counterfactual. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's outright lying, in my view.
Unity and healing must begin with understanding and truth.
His truth, as he defines it, apparently.
Not ignorance and lies.
Oh, okay, Joe. The guy who didn't want his kids to grow up in a racial jungle. Remember saying that?
Today, I'm also issuing an executive order that will ultimately end the Justice Department's use of private prisons.
Can't even talk. This is what you voted for? He can't even talk. He was too old for this job.
An industry that houses pretrial detainees and federal prisoners.
Private prisons are wrong. Yeah, I would say private prisons, get rid of them. But the diversity training, it's not diversity training. It's critical race theory.
The executive order directs the Attorney General to decline to renew contracts with privately operated criminal facilities, a step we started to take at the end of the Obama administration.
That you could decline the contract. You have the option to decline the contract. Does that mean you're getting rid of the prisons? Sounds like you're already undermining your own goal.
And was reversed under the previous administration.
I just had to play you that because it's so awful that he would call the 1776 commission counterfactual. Like, that's a word. Oh, it's counterfactual. You mean they're lying? Like you, Joe? Diversity and sensitivity training. Right. Yeah, in schools. Kids, they're half the time they just play together. They have to be taught ignorance. They have to be taught racism. But I'm sure all this sensitivity training about race and how half of the class was oppressed won't have any impact on them. Won't get some students mad at other students simply because of their race or gender. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. This is where the real stuff, the rubber hits the road, as they say. Your kid is going to be learning this stuff. Your kid's going to come home and say, "Oh, I'm oppressed. Oh, I'm a bad person. Because of the color of my skin, I oppressed other people," or vice versa. Is that what you want? An entitled little baby screaming in your house? "Oh, you don't understand, Dad. I learned it in school." Are you going to end up with one of these kids who turn you in for going to a protest? Did you see that? Yeah. These kids turned in their own parents because they went to the Capitol Hill protest, riot, or whatever. That's pretty bad. That's pretty freaking bad when you turn in your own parents. How effed up do you have to be to do that? Like these people were, running guns to the mafia or something. They went to a protest that got out of hand. Just like a lot of people their age. Oh, but I'm sure if someone went to an Antifa riot, well, that would be okay. That we would let go because Rules for thee, but not for me. Joe Biden is a disgusting old man. Man. I mean, I read about it in the other article, but now to see him say it, it's really infuriating. It's especially infuriating because he is kind of a racist in my view. Said racial things on the floor of the Senate. He spoke at Robert Byrd's funeral and considered him a buddy. He's a Democrat. But this is the topsy-turvy world we live in, apparently, where old racist guys get to act all woke and tell us we're the bigots. I hope you're happy if you voted for him. I really do. I mean, I can't imagine the contortion going on in your brain to keep this alive, to keep yourself, oh, I'm a good person because I voted for Joe Biden and not the bad orange man. You don't know who the establishment is. There it is. He's in power again. That's the face of the establishment. A withered old mummy hiding behind race and gender and equity, saying anything he can to get you to vote for him. And you fell for it, some of you.